TaxSlayer.com. Prepare and e-file both your federal and state return for only $9.95.
Well, the slumping economy has all of us worried about what's going to happen with the money that we saved. With tax season close at hand, there's a lot of questions about what to do with our 401ks and even itemizing. So here to help us answer those questions is Darcel Walker from TaxSlayer.com. Welcome to the show, Darcel.
Thank you.
Let's talk about first, a lot of people have lost their jobs, unfortunately, and we're hearing about more to come. Some of those who have lost their jobs have gone to their 401ks to pull money out. But as far as taxes are concerned, are there ramifications for doing that, and what do they need to know if they have taken money out of their 401k?
Well, a couple of things to remember right off the bat, and that is, one, that you will have to pay tax on that gross distribution. Right. And unfortunately, if you're under age 59 and a half, you may have to pay a 10% tax penalty on that, which will increase your tax liability. So it's not really a great thing there with that. Okay, now itemizing is a big thing. Some people feel like if I itemize, I'll get more back. But when should people truly itemize, and when should they stay away from doing that? Well, you should itemize if you pay a mortgage on your home, if you have unreimbursed job expenses, if you have medical expenses, if you donate to charity. All those things, those cumulative totals, if they exceed your standard deduction, then it would make sense to itemize. The standard deductions for 2008 for a married couple is $10,900. For a head of household, it's $8,000, and for single people, it's $5,450. Okay. So once again, if your itemized deductions exceed your standard deduction, then it would make sense to itemize. Lots and lots of numbers, right? I wish TaxSlayer.com was around when a few years ago, because it helps you find deductions. But if someone's saying, you know what, I have a tax preparer, or I can go around the corner and get someone help me find deductions, what would you say to them as far as what makes this different? TaxSlayer.com, how do they help you find more deductions? Well, TaxSlayer.com, it finds deductions for you through a number of ways, but I'll just give you three. Okay. One, through the interview wizard. And with the interview wizard, what it does is it helps you out with finding your filing status and claiming dependents and so forth, which can be a little tricky at times. Yeah. Okay. Another is through the deduction finder. And what the deduction finder does is it just asks the taxpayer simple, easy to understand questions about their tax situation, and based on their answers, TaxSlayer.com will give them deductions and credits that may help them out. Oh, okay? I see. Okay. The last is through the life events wizards. Now, what happens with that is, you have different events that transpire in your life. You have a baby, buy a home, change jobs, things like that. And what happens is the life events wizards will once again ask you a series of questions. Based on those answers, you'll get deductions and credits that will help you out in your tax situation. So let's take the example of someone who has lost their job and did go to their 401k to pull out money. You're saying that this website actually can help them in terms of their deductions and figuring out their taxes, right? That's right, because what they can do with TaxSlayer.com is through the series of questions, if they took money out of their 401k, there is some exemptions to get them out of that 10% tax penalty that they may not have known about. So for example, if they use the money to pay medical expenses, well, then that can possibly help them out in exempting them from that tax, 10% tax liability. So they would still have to pay taxes on the gross distribution. It's just that they won't get hit with that 10% tax penalty. It's important to know. And then we should also note, a lot of people just say, hey, look, when I hear of any new program or any new website, they kind of shy away from it thinking it might be too difficult. But you guys actually help people through the process. The website itself is very easy to navigate, right? That's correct. It is. And like I said, it's going to guide you through the process. Very simple, very easy questions to understand and relate to. And then basically, based on your answers, it's going to give you a description of each deduction or credit that you can apply for. Okay, all we have to do is write out the check. That's it at the end, right? Thank you so much, Darcel. We appreciate it. And those are great tips that Darcel just brought us. But if you want to get more information on the TaxSlayer program or to buy it, just log on to better.tv and click on the Money and Finances channel. You can also go to TaxSlayer.com for all your needs this tax season.